Hello, welcome, all you mamas out there. We know what I'm saying, mamas. Love ya. A wink, wink. Uh, Come at ya, boy.
I don't think this is the best way to start a Mother's Day. So
What are you talking about? I'm talking to all the mamas out there.
you're
In
right.
my welcoming mama's voice. I've seen the videos. I know you get stuck in a lot of appliances. I'm, I'm here to help.
All right.
Who knew washing machines could be so dangerous?
Uh,
or coffee tables in the middle of the living room. Moms are just getting stuck in those like crazy left and right. That's why I'm offering my news services. It's called, hey, you get stuck down there? And it's where I come to your house. You got to call me if you're a mom. Be like, hey, I'm a mom. I was bending down to get this pin that dropped underneath the table, and now I'm stuck. And I'm in various degrees of undress. Could you please come help me?
all right.
And I'll be there with bells on and then bells off.
All right.
Oh, welcome to this show, the
Yeah.
Nostalgia Funhouse.
After
This
Johnny
is our
just put on a
this,
dating video.
this is our Mother's Day special to all you mamas out there. I'm Johnny, and
You
he's
kiss your
Andrew.
mother with that mouth, Johnny?
No,
I had to
no,
say that
she's
after
an
all that.
amazing lady. But if you're not related to me and you're a mama, oh yeah. I mean, I know I'm from the South, but I really prefer if you're not related to me.
Love how you added in that jab.
I can
Yeah.
make this jabs because I am from the South, so I'm
You are.
allowed to do that. Yeah,
If anybody from the north does it, it's a different.
that's right. I mean, I'd
It's
allow
the
you. You can because I consider you pretty much a brother now, so you can do it. But you have to be led into the family, if you know what I mean. Actually, that sounds again like stepbrother porn type stuff. Are we allowed to say that P word? Beep that out, Andrew.
I'll just this is gonna be an E. after after that whole rendition that you just did,
What are you talking about? That was all clean. I'm helping people.
it's an E.
I mean, all kinds of people are just getting stuck in their homes, and these women need my help.
Think talking about homes, most people have TVs in their homes.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
And
What if you're a mom and you're just listen to this scenario? You're a mom, right? And you turn on the TV and you're about to watch a show about a family, maybe a sitcom or something. You just love the family, and maybe that mom on there is an inspiration to you. And you know that this show comes on at 8 o'clock sharp, but oh no, what's this? You've dropped the remote control and it's bounced underneath the glass plated uh, table in the living room.
don't worry, somebody can pick it up. They pick it up and they don't get stuck.
But to go down, no, that's not. I don't know what scenario you've seen, but in the ones that I've seen, I've done various studies on this. These women are bending down to pick up these remotes, and then they just can't get back up again because these tables are poorly made. I'm looking at you, IKEA. What are you doing to the moms of this world?
Here we go. We are going to not those type of TV moms.
I've had about 4 hours sleep. I'm just letting everybody know that.
This the sitcom TV mom. Today we are tiering them.
That's right.
We have 15 of them. And we are going to go through our 3 tiers because 3 tiers is enough.
And I'm going to make these ladies so happy.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
They're going to be tearing. That's right.
Johnny is adding some spice to his tiering.
I'm going to add some spice. Not only will I be tearing these ladies, I'm going to let you know if these ladies can quote unquote get it.
So,
And by the way, I'm no catch. I'm very aware of what I am.
so here are
I'm a New York, California 2, but I'm a North Carolina 7.
You're really not helping this.
So yeah, we're taking very famous TV moms,
Yes.
and we're gonna. What tiers do we have, Andrew? You said there's 3 tiers. What are they?
We got our top tier, which is that's my mama. That's our top tier. Would be like, yeah, I'd be jeez, I forgot Johnny Spice. Uh Johnny's gonna add the spice, but it would be like, yeah, that's a cool mom. I would want that mom in real life. And
Yeah,
then
I would vote that well.
B, she's okay. Like, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Decent TV mom, nothing best. And then the bottom tier, Johnny came up with this one 100%. Johnny, tell him what the bottom tier is.
Not the mama. That's
And
right. The dinosaurs themselves told me that one.
yeah,
Not the mama.
not the mom.
And I will also be adding spice. And I will be very honest if I think I'd have a chance. So we're going to go there.
All right. So without further ado,
Here we go. Very excited for this.
here we are. Caroline Ingalls from Little House on the Prairie. Please do not defile.
I don't think you can defile. She is incredible, a caring, loving epitome of what you would want in a mom, especially in that era of time, right?
Yeah.
So she's all right. Here's my first ranking. She is top tier for me, very much so. Side ratings, uh, oh man, she can definitely get it. But can I get it? The answer to that is most certainly no.
I don't know.
No, her standards, and I accept this, and I'm not putting myself down in any
She's
way.
married to Michael Landon.
That's what I was about to say. I know who her husband is,
Yeah.
and it's Michael freaking Landon. So
Yeah. I don't.
yeah,
You
there's
know.
no chance for me.
It's been years since I watched Little House on the Prairie. And I can't really remember. I'm gonna go middle tier just because it's been years since I watched it. So
Yeah.
I got nothing to really base it off of. So that's why I'm gonna kind of go
I
middle.
watched it recently. I think I just said recently, but you know what I mean. I've seen it not too long ago.
All right, name number 2. Jill Taylor from Home Improvement.
Okay. Jill is incredibly strong.
Mm-hmm.
She is very much able to put up with tomfoolery.
Yes.
She has a husband who constantly destroys things he's trying to fix. Constantly. But also at the same time, he's a local celebrity, so she's also dealing with that. And she has 3 boys
Is he?
who,
I always liked Al.
except for Christmas time when there was no owl. No owl. It's one of my favorite jokes on there. And I just think she's really great. I like her quite a lot. Man, she's definitely not at the bottom tier. Like she's well above that. So I'm trying to decide if I want to put her in.
To me, this is easy. This is the top tier.
All right, you're talking me into it. All right, I'm going to agree with you. She's top tier. She's incredible. She has a great sense of humor, and she puts up with a lot. She most certainly can get it, as I like to say. But again, I don't. Man, she deserves better than me. So
I think with Jill Taylor, what makes her, she reminds me of my mom, but there's another person on this list that really reminds me of my mom.
yeah,
That's why I put her at top list. Is she's dealing with 3 boys and a husband that's pretty much a man child.
yes, yeah.
So you got to be pretty strong there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. This is for Mother's Day, and I think I can speak for you too, Andrew. I'm just very lucky that my mom is still around, but I have an amazing relationship with my mom. I love her very much, and she's top tier mom all the way. But we're not ranking or rating real moms here. So we just want to point that out if my mom's listening, and she probably will. My
Next,
mom is one of those her son's biggest fan. That's who my mom is. Like
yeah,
she
yeah.
has shirts with my podcasts on it. So she's a very
Well,
very big fan. Very much appreciated.
my mom helped me get a one of those like retrons so I could
Oh
actually
yeah.
games for the podcast. So
See, yeah,
I
yeah.
call her at one point I called her a silent investor.
I like that. Yeah,
See, I
yeah,
didn't want to say my mom got it for me, just silent investor.
yeah. I like it. Yeah. All right. Who's next?
Next up is Peg Bundy.
Oh, hmm.
As a mom, uh,
Ow.
as a mom, she never really did anything motherly. I mean, what did she
She
really?
looked good in high heels though.
y- 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 Yeah, if we were ranking just on the looks,
Yeah, she could
I would,
definitely get it. Million thousand percent.
but on
But
this
here's the
one,
thing. Here's the thing though. I know her way more as Lilo on Futurama.
oh really?
Yeah, and way more because she played Locke's wife. I think they got married on Lost. So that's what I know her way more for. I know she was big on Married with Children, obviously. I mean, that show was a pop culture hit. So, but for me, I just love Futurama so much. So she's much more Futurama for me. So as a mom, I'm going to give her B tier, but I do feel she's an incredibly attractive lady and a very iconic voice.
Yes, I am gonna go bottom tier because I don't know. She didn't really do anything.
Well,
In my
that's
mind,
why with my program, when she gets stuck underneath some sort of appliance,
next one up is Amy Matthews, the mother from
I
Boy Meets World.
this is so easy for me. This is a
It's,
top tier A plus 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 tier.
yeah,
When I think of, because I was trying to think when you were talking earlier, which mom on TV feels closest to my mom, and it might be her.
oh
I think it's her because Amy Matthews. It's very obvious she loves her kids and she's always there to support them, and she always listens to them and gives advice.
yeah,
And that's I feel like that's very close to my mom. So A plus plus tier for me.
I went top tier as well too. Would not be ashamed to have Amy Matthews as my
Yeah, not at all. I'd feel honored and lucky.
next one. We have Marge Simpson. I I gotta go top tier.
Yeah.
Once again, we talk about the support, and she always supports her kids, even though you got like Bart and everything else.
I mean,
She
even just from a mom standpoint, she's fantastic.
and she
Yeah.
hides money in her hair.
Yeah. One of my favorite gags is Bart and Lisa are at school during lunch and they bring out their lunches. And Bart opens his and he goes, "Hey, I think I got yours," because apparently Marge would leave notes in theirs. And like Lisa's note was just all this nice, "I love you, honey," that kind of stuff. And Bart's was something to the effect of, "Dear God, be good, please be good."
I put that in my kid's lunch every day. I
It's
could
just so
see.
great. But there's plenty of episodes of Simpsons where, obviously Bart is a handful and he would always get in trouble. And she would always come through for him, though. She was always there for him and would very much with love. She's top tier. Yeah, I agree with you on this. Not just for her hair. Also, she can definitely get it, by the way. Definitely, definitely get it. I wouldn't mind if I got a call from her
I
for my
would
new
say you gotta.
service.
Oh no, she almost that one time when she was bowling. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. And also I know and I've seen who she's married to, so I think I got a shot.
I think you do too.
Yeah.
Next one is Carla Tortelli from Cheers.
Oh man, I'll let you go first on this. I know you're a
Ooh.
Cheers guy.
Um, I gotta say, Carla Tortelli kind of reminds me a little bit of my mom. Hardworking, single mom. Don't call her at work. Kid's a little out of control. Uh, but she's always there for her kids in the episodes like that. Um, you know what? I'm gonna give Carla a top tier.
I haven't seen Cheers in a long time, so this is very much like your Little House on the Prairie for me.
Mhm.
I just haven't seen it in a while. But I'm going to allow you, since I know you are definitely way more familiar with it. And also, my buddy Trevor from Retro Bliss also loves Cheers.
Love
So I will say I'm going to agree with you and top tier.
All right. Next one, Thelma Harper from Mama's Family.
Oh man,
This one, it's been years since I watched Family, but I used to watch it every morning before work. It
yeah,
was like on TBS. And the thing about Mama is once again, kind of reminds me of my mother. Seems a little hard nosed, but I think deep down, Thelma just had the heart of gold. She let her kids move in. She took Bubba in, but she just kind of tells it how it is. That's what Mama did, and I gotta go. Uh, I think I would want her as top tier. Not a whole lot. Doesn't seem like she has a whole lot in life, but she's gonna take you in. She's gonna take care of you, even though she doesn't seem like she wants to.
yeah, I'm in full agreement here. I also have very fond memories of this show, watching it growing up with my parents and my grandparents at times. So I'm going to agree with you here. She's incredible. I mean, the whole show is literally based around her. So
Plus, there's a great Simpsons reference in there too. I don't know if you remember the one where they were talking about when I think when Lisa was born and they made a mistake for free Krusty burgers. And it was
yes,
only supposed
yes,
to be when all the events that the Soviets would win, and Homer wins a burger, and then all of a sudden the commercial goes, and up next, a double episode of Mama's Family, and he's like,
yeah.
yes. Uh, Carol Brady.
Wow.
I'm not.
I kind of think that for a lot of people, when you bring up TV moms, she might be one of the first ones that people think of. It's Carol Brady.
Yeah, I
But here's the thing: I'm very weird in this, in that I
wait.
think the Brady Bunch is an okay show, but absolutely love those movies that came out years later because
I
they're pretty much spoofs of Brady Bunch.
I am in agreement with that one, and I don't.
So out of
She's too
respect, I
over
can't.
a top of a mom.
Well, out of respect, I can't put her in the very bottom. I just can't, just out of respect. So,
I
but I'm going to put her in B for me.
That's where I'm at. Also, that's where exactly where I'm at on this one because I just she's all right.
Yeah,
Maybe because I didn't grow up with the Brady Bunch. I did watch reruns, but I didn't grow up with it, so I don't feel probably that connection.
yeah.
Next up is Dr. Quinn.
Oh, I don't even know why we even having this discussion.
I'm
This is
gonna
top tier. 1,000,000% could get it. I couldn't get it because I'm no Sully. And but listen, Jane Seymour, stunning, a stunning lady. Not only was she a Bond girl, but she's Dr. Quinn. She's the oldest lady to ever pose for Playboy. That's I don't know if that's still true, but I know at one point she was. Just a stunning woman, and Dr. Quinn, the character. There's a lot of people who come around and they talk about how we need more strong women in pop culture. It's like they forget that there are some already that you're just overlooking. And that whole show is based on the fact that she's a very strong person, and she's kind of dealing with the fact that, I mean, she's a lady doctor in the time where that was very unusual. There's a lot of hardships she's got to overcome because of that. So it's a fantastic show. Highly recommend it. I'm kind of binging it again.
I've
Hadn't
never
seen it in years, but
one episode.
you're missing out, man. I'll tell you what. I'll start a new podcast where it's just me talking to you about episodes of Dr. Quinn, and I'll review each one and tell you the different pieces of furniture I hope she gets stuck in.
That's why she is a middle tier for me.
No, she's top tier, and I'm gonna respectfully tell you that you're wrong in this case.
Not a problem. At least I didn't Doug her. Well, and that was wrong, kind of. Where what I did with Doug there, but next one is Sophia from Golden Girls.
Nice top tier.
Yeah, this is exactly gonna tell you how it is.
Yep, but it's very funny with it though. Hilarious. Got to be one of the funniest characters. I don't care, man or woman, on television ever.
Next up, Claire Huxtable. I gotta say, this is my gold standard for TV moms. If I didn't have my mom, I would want Claire Huxtable to be my mom.
Yeah, she's incredible.
I think you just talked about strong women in television. Show me a woman stronger than Claire Huxtable. I understand Dr. Quinn's going through hardship.
Yeah.
Woman,
I was going to say Dr. Quinn, but she's incredible.
Puts her kids into place. One of my favorite episodes of all time is when the Vanessa's friends come over and Claire bought the painting for like so much money. I forgot because it's some ties to her family. And Vanessa's friend was calling him rich, and Claire put him in place and said, "You are not rich. Your father and I are rich. You have no money. You have nothing. You work for nothing. You have nothing." But Claire Huxtable, gold standard mom.
Yeah, I always need a parental figure to tell me how I'm nothing, so it's always a good thing. I'm going to go.
Well, she didn't say that they were nothing. She
I know.
uplifting to her children.
I know she
still had dyslexia and stuff like that. She helped them, but the fact that she uplifts her kids, but also puts them in their place.
Yeah,
she's my mom did the same with us.
She's golden standard. I'd agree with you there.
That's why I still have my thing that my mother gave me where it says, like, your mother always said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Oh, now we got to beep that.
I'm going to eat it.
I'm going to eat it. That should be our slogan. I'm just going to have to eat it. But yeah, also, she can also definitely get it. A very attractive lady.
And she's married to Ahmad Rashad in real life.
Yes. Yes.
Over. Speaking of the basketball connection, next is Kitty Foreman from That 70s Show.
Okay, I'm very curious what your take is here.
Okay, so I watched That 70s Show. I pretty much watched it up until the point where Eric left. I watched That 90s Show, which I didn't think was all that bad.
Yeah.
But Kitty, to me, I feel like she gets overshadowed by Red. Where
I kind of
not in a good way.
He has a very strong personality. And she's very
meek.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Meek. Man, this is tough. I have a love-hate with that. No, not bottom. No. I have a love-hate with this show because when I was into it, my favorite character, the actor, ended up not being such a good person.
Oh.
Yeah. So man. Of course, I guess in fairness to the show we talked about previously, same thing happened. But but her character and her as a mom specifically, she's at least B tier because she definitely cared. And she not only cared about her own children, but also their friends. Like they were all, she kind of took them all in. And that's an aspect of my mom is that when my friends, whenever they show up, she kind of becomes a mom to them. I mean, even the people that like, here's behind the scenes, Andrew's in Texas and I'm in North Carolina, but she'll always ask me how Andrew's doing. stuff like that. So I think for that, I'm going to bump her up. I understand completely what you're saying.
I
She
give
does get overshadowed because Red is such a very strong personality, but just for how she cares, I'm bumping her up to A.
yeah, that's what I did too. My mom did kind of the same thing with friends that came over. I actually have a very funny story. So my best friend Dave, if I ever tell you a story that begins with my best friend Dave, it's gonna be crazy. He got arrested one night.
It's
Uh,
already good.
he decided to go on it. Well, not so much arrested, but he decided to go. We knew a guy, and there was some loser guy that knew the same guy that we did. And Dave was, and this guy was like drunk or high or something. He was not good. So with my mom putting the fear of God into me, Dave was like, "Let's go with this guy. We're gonna go to Bob's house, and I'm gonna show him where Bob's house is." I'm like, "I'm not going anywhere with this guy. I'm going home," because once again, my mother put the fear of God into me. Where Dave was like, "I'm gonna go." So Dave got in trouble with the cops, and the next morning he comes over to my house. We're sitting on my porch, and this also shows you the respect I think my friends had for my mother. Uh oh, as I make a loud noise. And we're sitting on the porch, and I'm like, "Dude, you're not in trouble. You didn't get." He's like, "No, no, no. My dad let me off. My mom got a little upset, but whatever." He's like, "I'm out." And all of a sudden, he starts looking around. And he looks and he's looking around and he whispers to me, he goes, "Did your mom say anything about it? What did your mom say?" I didn't say anything, Dave. He's like, "Okay, okay, good. I was a little bit worried about you."
Yeah, yeah,
That's
I understand that. My mom was still is to this day one of those where like it almost hurts more to disappoint her than to make her mad.
yeah,
That kind of thing.
yeah. And I think that's where he was at. Like he didn't want to disappoint her, but
Yeah,
when it came to like his mom and stuff, he was like, "Whatever, it is what it is."
yeah.
Next one is Carmilla Soprano from The Sopranos.
All right. I'm gonna leave this one up completely to you. I know the Spinners is, but I never watched it. So
Uh, so here's another kind of strong woman, but it also reminds me of Kitty. And I don't want to sound like bad, but she's very dependent
yeah.
on her husband, where I feel a lot of these are not. Like I feel like they would be okay. She did steal money from him at one point, which was kind of good, and she felt bad for the crimes that she committed because she knew what she was getting into. She did a lot of protecting of her kids, especially the youngest son, AJ. Would I want Carmela Soprano as my mom? And she did pretty much threaten. You know what? Yeah, because there's an episode where she's trying to get a letter. I did feel kind of bad, but she's trying to get a letter to get Meadow, her daughter, into a college, and she pretty much presses, kind of mafia style, this lady into writing this letter. But even though this other kid that probably deserved it more didn't do it, so this is a mother that really cares about her kids. So I'm gonna put her top tier.
I'm going to say NA for me because I just don't know.
Okay.
And I don't want to say anything because I just am not familiar with her very much. Just not a show that I watched.
I
Very
just
aware of it, and I'm aware of that character. I just don't know anything about it.
I made sure I don't she came to my head because of um that new, like what I was talking about, the new Pete Davidson show. She plays the mom on there, which she also plays very, very good, but we're going nostalgia kind of
Yeah, yeah.
80s, 90s. Estelle Winslow, Carl's mom.
A tier for me.
I gotta agree.
Love this character. I was trying to decide because Andrew let me have some say in this. Who was
Oh,
going to
you made
and
it sound like I was a dictator, like you
oh,
and
that's not how you know what I meant. When you were coming up with this, we always this is a
yeah.
very much partnership show, but I was trying to decide who I wanted from Family Matters because that's one of my all-time fave shows growing up. And obviously Harriet is incredible, but it's Carl's mom who reminds me so much of my grandma, who I was incredibly close to, that I could not leave her off this list. Just so wise and very very funny. Oh God, she's so funny. But she's also like, again, very much cares. She's the first one of the family who's not afraid to let Urkel know that she cares about him. Pretty much, right from the start, she loves Steve, and she's not afraid to say how great she thinks he is. So she's a great judge of character.
Yes.
But man, I can't say more enough. She's one of my all-time favorite moms slash, I would even say grandmoms too, if we want to go that route. So I'm going to give her. She's very much top tier for me.
Oh yeah, 100% for me too. Everything that you said, uh, the advice, because you have the adults in that episode and Carl and Harriet that do things, but they're not always the right things. And Estelle lets them know,
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't have done that, and add some type of levity to the situation.
But also, you can see, I feel like the show itself does a good job of letting you see why. And here's a spoiler alert for Father's Day. We're going to do a kind of a similar thing.
Yeah.
Why Carl is such a good dad, because you can tell where he gets it from.
Yeah. And our final mom, it's my favorite mom because there are so many things that this mom has done that reminds me of my mom growing up, because my brother and I did not make my mother's life easy. Lois from Malcolm in the Middle, top tier mom. There are so many phrases in the show that I used to hear as a child.
I think I want to say it was Family Guy. It was either Family Guy or Robot Chicken, one of those type of shows where they kind of spoof things, and they were spoofing this show, which I love this show, by the way, but they were spoofing this show. And the dad, played by the guy who went on to be incredible in Breaking Bad, but like, like she comes in and she's screaming at them and stuff and saying all these things are doing wrong, and he hits her with a chair or something, and she's knocked out, and then he goes, "We're free, we're free," and they jump around so for being free.
So there's two episodes that always stand out to me for Malcolm in the Middle that really remind me of things. There's one where they go to the water park, and it's like
Yeah, yes, yeah.
and the boys are just acting up. They're out of control. Like I said, my brother and I did not make things 100% easy for my mother, who was a single mother. Uh, and she turns him around and looks at him and goes, "Do you think we're rich? Do you think we're rich? Do you think we could just spend money whenever we want to?" There's that one, because that always stood out, because my mother always used to say stuff like that. And then the other one was Lois is being really nice to Dewey,
Yeah.
and Reese and Malcolm can't figure out what's going on. But all Dewey is doing what he's asked. Lois says, "Hey, Dewey, can you do this?" And Dewey's doing it, and she is 100% happy with Dewey. Like, and Reese and Malcolm are like interrogating him, going, "What did you do to mom? What did you do? Did you drug her? Did you do this?" He goes, "No, I just was listening and doing what she said." And they're like, "No, there's got to be something else." And Dewey's like, "No, I don't think you guys understand. We make her like this. We make her like that."
Yeah.
And that's all I could think about was, yeah. Like every time I'm like, "Oh, my mom was mean," I'm like, "No, maybe I shouldn't have done that."
Yeah, we're not saints, that's for sure. I'm in the same boat there, but yeah, she's such a great character that I couldn't put her anything uh, below B tier, but I'm inching toward A tier. So I think I'm going to put her in A tier. But a side note with Malcolm in the Middle, do you know what the Frankie Muniz does now?
He drives Formula One.
No, you're close. He's actually actively trying to get into NASCAR.
Oh, is he now?
Yeah, he's stock car racing, and I think he's actually technically in NASCAR, just not on the big. NASCAR is different what do they call them? Not leagues, but you know what I'm saying. Uh, and he's getting closer and closer to that. And apparently he's actually pretty good. So
I'm just happy because he had that stroke there.
yeah, scary stuff.
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
because he's our age. Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah, I want to say he's near our age. He's either a little younger or our age. I can't remember exactly which it is. I want to say he's in his late 30s, though, I think.
No, I gotta look this up.
I'm going to say 37. Tell me
30,
if I'm right. That's my guess.
playing guess the age.
Yeah, guess the age.
He is 37 years old.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Yep.
37 years old. December 5th, 1985.
Yeah.
Jeez. I was just thinking about that. How old some of these guys are. Like Joe Pesci, just so old. And I'm like, no.
Man, I want to make you feel old. I listened to the Pod Meets World, it's the Boy Meets World podcast, and it has the guy who played Eric, it's got Topanga and it's got Sean on it. And Will, the guy who plays Eric, revealed in one of the latest episodes that he's like he said he was 42. My mind exploded. Like I knew him when he was a teenager.
Yeah. Grew up with these people.
Yeah.
I saw a thing of Hulk Hogan walking with a crutch, and I'm like, oh.
Well, that's just what they did to themselves. I mean, he dropping that leg 24/7 is not going to help you, brother.
I got to tell you a funny story as we end this, even though it's not Father's Day, how I am as a father. Okay.
Well, this will be our
and
leading into the Father's Day episode eventually.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, because my wife is an absolute 100% mother, she just thinks her children could do no wrong, where I am the complete opposite. But my daughter goes, I want to read The Outsiders because I want to know what it's all about.
The
So-
book. Yeah.
Well, she just said The Outsiders.
Oh, so you're thinking like Kevin Nash and
So
Scott
I told her
Hall.
the
Yeah.
whole story about the NWO. I said it all started when Scott Hall invaded WCW, and then he brought in Kevin Nash. And I went
Yeah.
through the whole Bash in the Beach thing where I was like, and Sting, Lex Luger, and Macho Man, we're gonna get rid of the Outsiders, but the Outsiders had a mystery third partner, but he never showed up for the match.
The only thing it's missing is needs to be a musical somehow.
So, and as I'm telling her this, as we're walking through Walmart, and my other kids, they're going, "Will you just shut up? Just quiet, please." And I'm like, "No, you wanted to know about the Outsiders.
Yeah.
I'm telling you about the Outsiders."
Who's the third man?
Yeah. And I told him, and I said, out of nowhere comes Hulk Hogan, all dressed up. And
He's going to save Macho Man, right? He's going to save him. Yeah.
I said, and what did he do? He dropped a leg on him.
He dropped the leg, brother.
It's like, will you stop? It's like, we can watch it when we get home.
Yeah.
You want to?
It's one of the most iconic moments in pro wrestling. I dare say history, not just pro wrestling, in history. Yeah.
I would say so. We got to do a factions episode.
Oh yeah. We most certainly do. But be prepared for a lot of Four Horsemen talk for me.
Yeah, they would be top tier.
Yeah.
But that is it.
I don't think we put anyone in the bottom tier.
I did.
Oh, who'd you put?
I had Peg Bundy.
Oh yeah. Man,
I just
this
didn't.
I get it. Just as a mom, I get it. But I think I couldn't separate her other characters, and that's why I couldn't do it. And plus, I always had a
We need
I kind of have a thing for redheads, if I'm being honest,
we need to do that for a YouTube video or an episode
and blondes and brunettes.
where we bring up somebody and we got to go first character we think of, like actor, first character we think of.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. All right, give me a quick one.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, Terminator. Yeah.
Okay, I was actually thinking Predator
Oh, really? Yeah.
because it's a childhood movie of mine.
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone.
Rocky,
I would have said Rocky. Yeah.
David Hasselhoff.
Oh, of course. That's that's Knight Rider, man.
Just gotta make sure. Gotta put you in check. Like if I ever thought you were a changeling,
That's how you'll
Oh,
find out.
I would ask you the question.
All you got to do is find out if I'm a change and just go "Da-da-da-da-da-da," and see if I continue the theme. Ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba.
What's Marv Albert's catchphrase?
Yes.
And if he doesn't do that, then I'm
What a great catchphrase to have, right? Just one word that everybody says all the time, but you make it your own. That's what
but
Marv Albert did.
it's the delivery.
Yeah, most
But
certainly is.
check us out on our social medias, YouTube channel, Facebook, Patreon, and go check out our merch shop as well. All the links will be in the description below. And with that being said, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
And a special good night to all you mamas out there.